Hello everybody, welcome back to Order Battle Sandstorm. I'm Paradox Gamer Playing. Thank you for joining me here for the second scenario called Operation Crusader. I've just jumped right into it here. And this is the mission briefing. The British offensive appears to split into multiple routes of attack. Two columns are advancing on the Hellfire Pass, one along the coast and the other through the desert further south. A third column, composed of tanks and motorized infantry, has proceeded further west through the open desert. Its rapid advance indicates an attempt to outflank our positions and seize supply dumps and command posts in our rear. German reinforcements have arrived to counter the British attacks, and the Luftwaffe is also expected to provide assistance shortly. Supplies in the area are running low, however, and we may face some shortages during the opening stages of the battle. Right, so the primary objective here is to hold city Suez, which is right up here in the corner. Also, we need to endure the British attack, so we must hold out against the British offensive until further orders are received. Secondary objectives is to destroy Matilda tank, which will gain 2 specialization points for Germany and also 2 for Italy. We'll do that obviously as the scenario progresses. And then we need to prevent Sollum from falling. Sollum is right there. If the British manage to capture our depots at Sollum, we will lose a substantial amount of resources. So definitely don't want to get into that. Alright. So as we can see, the Italians are defending the front line down here, which is, yeah, I have no idea why the Axis would deploy the Italians as a first defensive line here, but they did. And the British are coming along the coast here, and they're coming further inland towards Hellfire Pass, which is this pass that goes right here. And then further inland they have this long range thing going on, and we can see their foremost units are already up here, and they only have to go up here to see the seats. So we are quite in a hurry when we consider this is the staging area. There's no other place to place my unit, so it's gonna be a race for CDSCs in the beginning. Now the Italians down here, they are actually able to defend themselves quite well. They will take some losses in the beginning, and I'll try to pull them back. But the British AI is simply not clever enough to actually take them out completely. So there is no need to rush down with German reinforcements. Rather, priority should be to destroy the British forces in the desert first, and then move south with the remaining forces. So as we can see, we only have 23 command points available and no air command points available at all. So we want to get our tanks into the desert, definitely. And for that we have our Panzer II with Rommel in it. We'll get that back to 10. Place it here, and then we have our 2 Czechoslovakian tanks. We might want to upgrade them at some point, but we just don't have the points right now to do it. We want to get them to maybe a Panzer IIIJ or a Panzer IV F1. It depends on what we want to do with them. So we'll place those 2 out here as well, and then of course our Panzer IV will go here. And that leaves us with just 1 command point left. But we also have 8 Italian command points, so we want to use those. And I'm thinking the AA gun is actually very useful here. We want to put it in AA mode. Put it there. Because we don't have an air force. So this is a way to defend ourselves against the British planes, and then we can get an artillery piece, so it doesn't matter which one, we can just grab that one. And that's all we have. So let's get it started. So the British will start the attack down here in the south, and the Italians will be mauled quite a bit in the beginning, but they will be able to escape. See, the Italians are well dug in and defended by an anti-tank gun. So even though the British will arrive with infantry, they are actually holding out pretty well, as you can see. More infantry arriving, which will take them down to 5. And the rest of the British units are not able to do anything. They will just advance up the flanks. Something like that. Alright. So we're able to pull back now. Now we want to have the 47mm anti-tank gun at our disposal. So first and foremost we'll move that back. And we'll leave Hellfire Pass altogether. I will move the infantry up here and just pay the full 10 points for the seasoned troops reinforcements. And the others here will also pull them back. The artillery will just pull back altogether as far as possible up the road. Reinforce that up to 7. And the infantry will go here and reinforce to 9. Alright, so that's down here. Now up here, we can already see how far the British have advanced in the desert, so it's a real threat up here. And we just want to go over here this way. Because otherwise it would just go straight to CDSC, so we need to prevent that. Go there. I could also take the barrel down, but I have 4 armor units here, so this one doesn't matter. So turn 2. So the British will push further into Hellfire Pass. And the Italians will take another beating. The 47mm will help out here. Yep. And now it looks like they're gonna die. But they're not. You see, the British cannot move further units up. And they're gonna take another shot at my infantry at the coastline. But they're still alive. So this is not a wild run, this is a coordinated retreat. Now we see the British have fighter capability here. There's a long-range scout of some sort. And I think this is the Matilda. I can't really remember. They're gonna go for my Czechoslovakian. Oh, they're actually attacking my AA gun. That's strange. Now this is the cruiser. I wonder if the Matilda is the one down here. Yeah, that's the Matilda. Okay. Fair enough. So, we want to keep moving over here. Like this. Like this. We'll fire the artillery on the cruiser. And then we're gonna take a shot here. Push them out of the way. And we're gonna take another one here. This one will move over here and replenish back to 10. There's still some work to be done over here. Back down here, we are going to go all the way back to here. Replenish, get the artillery out of the way. Replenish that. And again, we're pulling back with the AT gun. Maybe that was wrong. Okay, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to 4. That might have been a wrong move right there, come to think of it. I could have put the AT gun further down here and then just replenish these guys in place. That would have given them more strength points. We'll see if that matters. Let's go there. British advancing along the coastline. Okay, so the Matilda does not actually attack. I can see the pictures stuck. That's the same old with this game. There we go. Back in the desert. And the British have that AT gun there. And the fighter's actually attacking my AA gun. Will of course defend itself. And this is a game of cutting each other off. And I kind of like that. The cat and mouse game out in the desert. So, we actually lived another day here, and this is the time where we need to go back to 9. And the AT gun is still defending those guys. So here we'll attack with the artillery. These two will swap places. And then we'll attack these guys. These guys will replenish. So they're still capable there. Now this is more interesting. This one of course will take a shot at the fighter. And this is where we cut off the Crusader. Take a shot at that one. And then we could actually cut off this one as well. Like that. We want to move over here so that they cannot pass us. And I'm a little bit reluctant on actually attacking the AT gun. Maybe we should just do it from here. This is a fair shot. And then this becomes a fair shot. Right, so the Vickers is surrounded, the cruiser is surrounded. Things are good. Anything else? No. Okay, turn 3 over. Here comes the Matilda again, but we are defended by the 47mm, causing 2 damage to the Matilda. Along the coastline, the British are pulling back. Back in the desert, the fighter keeps attacking my AA gun, which will defend itself. And the coastline, the British are pulling back even more. Back in the desert, the Crusader tries to avoid encirclement. That is indeed a fair shot. And also the Vickers will head back out. But I will be able to encircle them again. Further west, the British infantry moves up, still defended by the AT gun. And here comes the bomber. And I'm not able to cause any damage to it because my AA gun is disrupted. Back down south, British infantry moving around in carriers. Air support. The Luftwaffe has arrived and is ready to deploy its assets against the British Air Force and ground forces. So we can see we got 6 air command points there. Let's Go into our forces and click the air tab. And so we have the Messerschmitt, which will go there, and then we can get the Stuka out as well. Just get it back to full strength. There. They cannot move this turn though. So we start out here in the desert. Obviously we want to cut off these guys again. So there'll be something like this. And let's get rid of this one. Replenish the AA gun, I guess. And also the artillery. And then over here, cut off these guys. Destroy the infantry. Just follow up on that. And here I think we'll just, will not attack. I'll just replenish actually, because they will be out of supplies next turn. So we'll just do like that. Back down at the coastline. The Italians are now in a good spot here. Get those back to full. We can move the artillery around to inland and get that back to full as well. And they're almost out of points, so we can see. So I think we're going to go ahead and just get them back to 8. Next turn. So the British are moving along the coast again. You can see they're driving back and forth in the trucks. In the desert, the Matilda keeps attacking my infantry, which is defended by the 47mm AT gun. But now they're going to get hit by the infantry as well. Back up in the desert. The Crusaders only thinking about getting out of the tough spot. There is of course the British Air Force, which will keep hunting us and hurting us. On the west side, the British infantry is now out of supply and should be easily disposed of. Back down in the south, we have more movement, and that's it. So this is the point where I would actually go and take a shot at the Matilda, because that will take it down to 2. These guys will replenish in place. I think we'll take the 5 here, back to 8. So they're in a bad position here, but they're just holding off the British, and hopefully we can take the Matilda out. The infantry over here is in good shape, and they're starting to dig in. And we can just bring the artillery down a little bit, so now we can reach these guys at the coast. Very good position now. We also have the Stuka, which will come down, and the Messerschmitt will come in here. And that's about time. Now over here, we'll just go up here. Maybe take out this one. Push them back down into the pocket. Come around around this way. I just keep the pressure on here. Take a shot at the fighter. He's almost killed. He's got 1 strength point left. And the artillery... we should probably just move it out of the way. Over here it will be defended by the fighter. Should just move it over there. Alright, next turn. So the British will probably hit my AT gun. No, they go for the infantry. Take them down to 4. Ah, they're going the wrong way. Ah, that was unlucky. Yeah, they get pushed the wrong way. And they might actually die from that. And the bomber decides to attack my armor. It's still defended by my AA gun, but no damage to the bomber so far. Crusader is lost in the desert. And the fighter is returning to base, it seems like. And on the coastline, the British still don't really know what to do. Driving back and forth. Beautiful AI work there. Not really. Back in the desert. The British are trying to keep their units in supply. As long as they have to do that, they will not be able to take really offensive operations. Now these guys are in trouble. Yeah, they die. Alright, that's all because they moved in the wrong direction. Okay. That means we are probably just gonna move back with the AT gun. And Kalala will probably fall. That means we should start getting the Germans south soon. Just replenish over here. Now the bomber is just too late. Back in the desert, let's finish this off. So let's take a shot at the bomber. And the fighter will go here. Now it's in trouble. Alright, let's see. How do we do this? You have to come this way. What if we go up here and destroy that one? And then move in there. And then come around with this one. And do that. And then we'll destroy this one. And this one. And then move the artillery down to here. So next turn we'll finish off the remaining units and start the march south. British turn 7. Still moving around at the coastline. Ah, the Matilda went back to 7 strength points. It's okay, we'll get it later. The bomber attacks my AA gun. 1 damage each. And now the infantry pushes up. I would have preferred that the Matilda went up there, but obviously that's not my choice. We might have to dispatch some Italian units over there. Okay, looks like the British are actually pulling back in the desert. And they can move quite fast on the carriers. A wall of 88. Now that substantial reinforcements have arrived, we must drive the British back across the Hellfire Pass and establish a line of 88 guns there to counter any further armored attacks. New objectives added. So deploy 88 centimeter guns, 8.8 centimeter guns at the Hellfire Pass. To withstand any further assaults, the newly arrived unit of 88 must be deployed at the mouth of the Hellfire Pass, right there. We still have to destroy the Matilda and prevent Solemn from falling. Alright, so looks like we're going to have to move down to destroy that one. And we can't quite reach the other one. And then the others will start the move south. Let's just get it up to full speed. Keep bombing the bomber. Also with the fighter. Then we have the artillery on the way down. And the 88. Plus we get a little bit of reinforcements, 7 command points. Now we do have... Let's see, we do have the engineers. Or I could buy another tank. That's also possible. Let's see, we could buy a Stuk. I think I'd rather want a F1, that is. Short barrel. It's 135 points. We have them. Let's deploy that there. Better than the engineers anyway. Down here we have some trouble. We need to get some infantry over to this side. And then these guys will come down, take a shot there. Luckily we have the Stuka there. Bring this one back. And we're out of points officially for the Italians. Turn 8. Oh, look at that. Now that could be a problem. Luckily my tanks are almost down there now. At least the leading tank. And if we might be able to cut them off. Oh, I don't like that. We have fresh infantry coming up. Fresh British infantry. And the Matilda's back. And it's back to 9 strength points. So this is not turning out the way I had hoped. But let's bring the Panzer IV down here. The fighter will take care of the bomber. No, it won't. Okay. 30T goes down there. This one goes down there. Let's see, can I not? Yeah. I cannot get them. I think we'll just go back to the road here. Yeah, I think that's the fastest route. Go back to the road. And then we have the 88. Let's just put them in Fort Capuzzo. Bring down the Panzer IV F1. So let's see here. This is a threat. I think we might want to exhaust the artillery. And we have to pull back here. Bring these guys over. Don't do the attack, just stay there. The artillery can fire. So what I think we'll do is we'll take the Stuka over here and bomb these guys. And fire the artillery on them as well. And the Panzer IV should be able to come down and knock them out in the next turn. Meanwhile, the AT gun will pull back and take the remaining Italian points. Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. So the threat is the advance here on the coast and these guys down here with the Matilda back to 9. Let's see what goes on in turn 9. So the Matilda heads out into the desert, goes back to 10 strength, and the carrier moves in a strange direction. Yeah, that is kind of weird. On the coastline, the British attacks my infantry, but we are okay. Another carrier comes up from Kalala, and they can be cut off. And the British artillery is firing at my AT gun. That's fine. The fight is still around and actually does 1 damage to my artillery. Fuel shortage. Logistical problems are causing supply shortages. High Command has assured us that will be resolved shortly, but until then, our ground forces will perform less efficiently. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. Let's see. So the fighter is here. I will prioritize taking out the enemy bomber first. There we go. That's out of the way. The 88 is in AT mode. We'll just bring it down to here. And then we have the F1, which I think we will come down this way. And then I think we'll go this way, because that will cut them off. The British unit in here will be cut off. And if we go here, we'll cut off that one. I think that's a fair move. I'll even take the shot. We want some more artillery over here, so let's bring them forward. And it's time for this one to rest a little bit. Or maybe we should exhaust the fire on the enemy artillery. I think we'll do that instead. Take a shot at British units. And so the requisition points goes into these guys. Still got the Stuka. We know that the Matilda is down here somewhere, but it's not really that fast in the desert. The Matilda 2 tank is a very slow tank. It's meant for infantry support. So it's actually not much faster than walking. It's a little bit faster than walking. So it won't be able to move that far. I think the biggest threat right now is the artillery, actually. So we'll go for that. And then we have all the reinforcements that are pouring down. And let's just continue down south with these guys. They're chasing this stupid truck. We can go up, down on the road next turn, and that way we'll be able to catch up, I think. They have some supply from down here. Still plenty of turns. So turn 10 it is now. Truck moves further south. The British are trying to break out from their encirclement. We might lose this 47mm now. Depends on the direction the Matilda will go in. Yeah, we'll go up there and we'll destroy the AT gun. Fair enough, it's done its job. Fighter will attack my Stuka. That will actually destroy the fighter, I think. Yeah, thank you for that. Alright. That means my fighter, with only 3 turns left, might as well just head back home. It's got 1 turn of fire. Alright, let's use that 1 turn. And then it will head back next turn. Let's first see out here. Oh yeah, I'm low on fuel, that's why. Okay. Then I will not be able to catch it. Question is, where is he now? He's probably there. So I can go there? No, he was there. Okay. Oh, he's dead anyway. Fair enough. So, what we have is the Matilda and some infantry here. And we want to reveal them, actually. So, we have the Panzer IV. We can go here. That should go toe-to-toe with the Matilda. Yeah. And the Matilda is very good against armor. So, we want the Stuka to do some prep work here. And then we can go 1-to-1, that's fine. Focus on the artillery. Get this back to full strength. Can we destroy these guys? Yeah, we can. We can just move forward with the infantry. Take them out. There we go. The 88 gun. We gotta be careful with it because we have infantry right there. So let's take the 38T first and bring that down to Musaid. And then we can take the 88 beyond that. Just put it over here for now. Bring down this one. This one. And that was it. That was turn 10. So we still have a British unit down here. And as long as I'm on low supply, I will not be able to catch it. We destroyed this one. That leaves these two. And whoever is defending Hellfire Pass at this point. So the British are still trying to advance. I can take that to my advantage. Cut them off. If I have enough movement points, that is. What's going on? Oh, they're coming back up. Thank you for that. Now we can destroy them. And there's a fresh fighter coming up. A fresh British fighter. And some more infantry arriving. That means we are gonna head back. Or I could just take one shot first on the fighter. Let's do that. I do have enough fuel for that. So just take a shot on the fighter. And that makes it less dangerous actually, so I think we'll just stick around with the Stuka. Keep firing on that artillery. Let's see if we can take out this guy. We sure can. Go out there, cut off the supply. And then this one. Go there. And the 88. Let's start bringing it down south. It needs to go to Hellfire Pass. We have this one too. Go there. Let's see, I cannot cut them off this turn. I can go there. Take a shot. Replenish this one. And we threaten to cut them off in the next turn. The artillery will rest. And I think we'll take a shot at this AT gun here. And then replenish these guys. And then this one. Just bring it down here. The artillery will rest for this turn. Or, no, I think we'll take that shot as well. We want to keep the British artillery down so that it doesn't inflict too much damage on us. The other one will rest. Alright, next turn. The Matilda moves up and take a shot at the AA gun probably. Which is fine. Can let it do that. The fighter continues to attack my Stuka. Actually does 3 damage to it. That's a bit more than I had expected. The British are trying to probe far into the desert. That's not going to be a problem though. You just cut them off. That's it? Okay. Right. So I think it's done and dusted for the Stuka. Let's bring it up. Fighter as well. Right, we can actually take a shot with the 88. That would be nice. We can cut them off first. Cut it off. Boom. Let's just remove it from the map. There we go. That was the secondary objective. Destroy Matilda tank. That means we just need to put the 88 in Hellfire Pass. So we'll start working on that. But first, let's cut off these guys. Come down this way. I don't think there's any British units over here, so we'll just start moving back along the road. Notice our supplies are back. So I think we'll go on the defensive over here, just for now. Bring these guys back. Run out of points. And no target for the artillery. Let's just bring it down here. Something like this. And we still got 8 turns to get to Hellfire Pass. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Now here comes probably the artillery. And the AT gun is back. They still have that infantry though. no damage from the strafing run. So the British managed to take this oasis, but they'll be out of supply and easily taking out. Before they can gain supplies from there, they will be taken out. So let's get the fighter up there and the Stuka up there. One damage on the fighter. Now let's see. Let's see if they have anybody in Kalala. Let's bring this one forward. Nobody's in there. Okay. So let's take Kalala. I think the F1 will rest for a turn to regain organization, and we'll get the 88 down here. And I think we'll just bomb the truck. We're gonna take it out. It's not completely dead. I can get down with these guys. Let's do that just to get it done with. That's the British artillery gone. They still have the 80 gun and an infantry down here. And probably also somebody defending Hellfire Pass. What else do we have? This guy, yeah, bring him up here. Rommel is lost in the desert. Turn 14. Fighter attacks my AA gun, strangely enough, which will take it down to 1. 80 gun moves back south. What about their infantry? Yeah, here comes their infantry. It's out of reach, so what we do is we'll just take the Italians back here. The Stuka will go there. We could take the fighter back into the fight, but we'll need one turn to replenish it. Unless you want to bring it out in, yeah, 8 strength point. Let's do that. It's refueled. We might need it. We'll see about that. So let's bring the guys forward now. I think we'll rest for this turn. Get everybody to full organization, including the 88. It is not a core, so do I want to spend 6 points getting it back to 10? Probably shouldn't, but I did it anyway. Let's see if we can finish off the fighter. No. Alright. Let's finish off this one. Let's just retake the town and then finish it off. On to turn 15. The fighter is retreating. And the British infantry are now advancing and coming into the range of my artillery. And that's the AT gun still there. Alright, so we'll just take the fighter down to here. I don't want to bother with the Stuka, I think. There's not enough turns left. So just artillery here. Push them back. And then advance. Still alive though. Fair enough, fair enough. So let's see. 38T will go there. So they have infantry backed by a 2-pounder there. So I'm not gonna attack. Oh, I can't attack from this position anyway. There's a ridge right there. Okay. Let's just start working on them anyway. Push them out of the pass. And bring the 88 down, and then we can just move it in next turn. And that'll be it. Come down there. And bring the armor forward. This will probably be the last turn, turn 16. Remaining British units are moving out of Hellfire Pass back to where they came from. The AT gun might take a shot though, no it doesn't. So all we need to do is, let's see what's down here. Nothing. Move in and take the pass. Well, that should be it. That should probably be it. Let's see. Just to be sure, we'll move the artillery down. Bring the armor down too. And then click the button. Let's see. Should be it. Yeah, victory. The British offensive has first been halted and then reverted by stiff resistance from German and Italian forces. The vital Hellfire Pass remains secured. And that gives us a lot of specialization points, so let's take a look at that now. We have 10 for Germany and 6 for Italy. And these are the usual suspects: the war economy, female factory labor, scrambling, forced labor, and so forth. So what we have here is Beutepanzer. Several types of captured equipment will be available for purchase. I like that one, so let's acquire that. And then we can either take Organization Tot, or we can save up the points for later. Considering these are very cheap, I think we're gonna go for the Organization Tot for the other 5 points. The Italians, let's see, specialized training. Let's take that. So next up is Operation Crusader on the Egyptian border. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.